mistake, underestimating what you've taken on. I'm out of the cage, 'cause you opened the door. You're as innocent as gold. 'Cause if you're falling for me, just be one. 'Cause I don't think you're ready for it. I'm not the one to mess around. No, I don't think you're ready for it. Too many people done wrong. 'Cause I don't think you're ready for it. You best believe that time's up. I'm a murderer. You made a mistake, underestimating what we would become. And now an escape is impossible. You're as innocent as gold. 'Cause if you're falling for me, just be one. If you're falling for me, I'm not the one to mess up. Too many people done wrong. And you best believe that time's up. I'm a murderer. I'm a
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is JDMOONAN. I'm coming at you guys with a stamina DK build setup for this new I forget the name of it, but we're like stone something. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Anyway, so I've been wanting to release a generator setup. I do have this generator setup for it's going to be for you know, all my subscribers, and then I have the generator setup as well that I just released for or that I'm releasing for my members only as well. So let's dive into sets and gear, and I'll show you guys what I'm running. I like it a lot. I think it's very, very bruisery. So it's going to give us a lot of interesting play around, and I'm also bringing back an old set, which I think could make a really, really strong comeback. So yeah, let's take a look at it. Okay, so I'm running Bloodspawn as my Monster Realm set. Both these are going to be heavy, and I'm also running Black Rose, so I'm bringing this back as well. And I mean, I'm going to assume that most people know what Black Rose is. So anyways, so Black Rose is going to work really good with this setup. This is really kind of an old school setup, but it's going to be a generator build, and so your whole thing is going to be building ultimate. So I'm running Werewolf Hide also on the front bar, which is going to give me, 6 ultimate every 5 seconds for those of you guys who don't know or never ran Werewolf Hide. So Werewolf Hide is actually really, really strong. This is going to be it's all around giving us max stat. It's also giving us a lot of damage. What I like about Black Rose is kind of like that nice medium between like full on sustain set, and then damage set. So if you guys if you don't need the sustain or you don't want it, you're always welcome to run a damage set as well. But I tend to prefer being able to spam certain abilities, like for instance my Igneous Shield, and also spam ultimates when I'm fighting outnumbered. That stuff is really, really important, and also building building corrosive armors very quickly really, really can change the tide of the battle, especially when you're fighting outnumbered. If you're fighting 5 or 6 people, it's really, really nice to have that corrosive when you need it. So let's also look at my back bar. I'm running Master's Dual Wield. Of course, this is Nirnhone. I'm actually gonna be transmuting this over to Sharpened. So you guys can, you can already do that. Or if you're not running Master's Dual Wield, if you want to run just Werewolf Hide on both bars, you can do that as well. I don't see any point in just removing it off the front bar. I mean, it's plenty of ultimate just having it on one bar. All right, and so I'm also running double dot poisons. These poisons are just so good, especially with Master's Dual Wield, because Master Dual Wield, whenever you use Blood Craze, it's going to hit twice, so you have a double chance of proccing that. So let's look at skills real quick. Skills, I'm running Executioner, Venomous Claw, Noxious Breath, Forward Momentum, Camouflaged Hunter, Take Flight, and then on my back bar I'm running Resolving Vigor, Fragmented Shield, Volatile Armor, Blood Craze, Cauterize, and Corrosive Armor. Alright, so let's look at CP real quick. So here is my CP setup. I'll show you guys real quick. So I got 56 points into Blessed, 37 Master at Arms, 37 Thaumaturge, 37 Precise Strikes, 47 in Piercing, and 56 into Mighty. I'm also running 56 into Ironclad, 19 in Resistant. I'm just trying to get 75 here so we can get this Resilient passive. This passive is actually really, really strong for keeping you alive. Got 56 points into Thick Skinned because dots hit hard right now, guys. 32 in Hardy and 32 in Elemental Defender, so that's going to get us our Unchained and our Critical Leech. And then over here I've got 56 points into Quick Recovery, 19 points in Heavy Armor Focus. I've got 1 point into Siphoner, 72 points into Warlord, 4 points into Healthy, 49 into Tenacity for more recovery on the heavy attacks. If you want to change this around, you're welcome to. I prefer that, for sustained purposes anyways. I went ahead and I went 72 points into Tumbling and 72 points into Shadow Ward. Now, if you want to take these points out of Shadow Ward, you're more than welcome to. And you can run them over in like Healthy or Mooncalf. I don't really see any point in running it in Mooncalf because you're running Black Rose, and so the only recovery you're going to get is really from Bloodspawn, and that's just kind of like to add some icing onto the cake, right? The real gist of it is you're just going to be building resources. You want to be using your ultimates on cooldown. You don't necessarily have to save it to kill somebody. Just use it on cooldown. Use it as sustained damage. That's what you do as a dot build, is you're doing sustained, consistent damage. So yeah, that's that setup. Let's go ahead and look at stats real quick. So I'm going to go ahead and buff up real quick so you guys can see what we got going on. Alright, so looking at the sheet here, we got 27,000 spell resist, 25,000 physical resist. We have 4369 weapon damage on the back bar, and then 4259 on the front bar. The pin is 12,222. So it's pretty big numbers. We got 1,000 health recovery, 707 stamina recovery, and then 514 magicka recovery. Our stats look really good with 18k magicka, 34,000 max health, and 31,500 stamina. Now keep in mind the health is going to be pretty high because we have Emperor on this server at the moment. So but yeah, that's what I'm running on this setup. I actually really like it. It hits surprisingly super hard. And I think a lot of it comes down to that this maul that I have here is sharpened, and since they buffed the amount of penetration you're getting from the new sharpened weapons, or with sharpened on your weapons, I think that might actually perform better than Nirnhone. So that's just me. Now keep in mind, guys, I don't feel like you need 5,000, 6,000 weapon damage. I don't feel like you need that much to be effective. I run 4,000 weapon damage and do just fine. The only catch with running low weapon damage like I do is that in order to keep your weapon damage where you need it, you're going to constantly have to keep your buffs up. And that's why a lot of guys run really high weapon damage, is because a lot of people in this game have a problem with keeping their weapons up. I mean, their buffs up. So just keep in mind, as long as you're utilizing the buffs properly, you'll be able to play this build and perform really well. It's really tanky. I've already gotten a lot of messages like, hey man, I don't understand why you don't die. We'll get like 5 or 6 people on you and you just don't die. And then you'll kill a bunch of people and then we all just go away. And then come back, and then they have to come, they've told me, like, then we got to come back with 10 people. I've been getting messages in Discord about it, asking me what I'm running and things like that. Well, so here's your idea of what I'm running. You know, I'm running a generator setup. It's an old bruiser style, the way StamDK was played back in the day. I really like how the game's kind of taken a transition over to the more skillful style gameplay, and you can run these more fun setups. You know, these high alt gen setups, these old school ways of playing the game. You know, I like how they've implemented it back in the game. There is kind of like it's less set carry now. You know, like I've had people come up and hit me with a bunch of proc sets, and then I just turn around, dot them up, and blow them up. You know, so I mean, it's all about just utilizing your class's strengths. You know, if you can utilize your alts, if you can constantly keep, you know, a leap up or keep your corrosive up, you're just going to be so hard to kill, and that's really what makes it really hard for me to get killed in this game when I'm playing this game. That's why I love 1vx in this game. So I'm running Bewitched Sugar Skulls. Also, I figured I'd go ahead and put this in there. I'm running the Warrior Stone as well, and then my pots are the Minor Heroism pots to give Magicka and Stamina recovery. So for any of you guys who don't run that pot is amazing on StamDK, and it's going to really complement this build because this is the generator build. It's all about building ultimate and blowing people up when you need to, or just using the ultimate to sustain or soak damage. So it really kind of is very versatile. That's why I really liked the old alt-gen setups, and I think you'll enjoy it a lot if you play it. So if you want to see the other version of this build, don't forget you can hit the members button, and you'll see my more members only style setup for this build, which I will release updates as things come out in other members only setups. So I went ahead and I'm releasing this one here, and this one's going to be to the public, and then, you know, I'm going to be focusing a lot more on members only setups. So you guys will have my original tank and spank from back in the day, a long time ago, and then I'm going to be working on MagDK once I'm done with a couple more members only setups for StamDK to get those guys leveled out, and then we're going to go to Magicka DK. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't done that already. If you want to support the channel, don't forget you can go ahead and you can member up for me as well, and then you'll get exclusive content. You have exclusive Q&A with me. You can message me directly on Discord, and I will always message you back. It might take me a day or so to get back to you, but you guys will always be the first ones I get back to. If you're membered up on the channel, so don't forget that. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you guys out there on the battlefield. Have fun.